lurking. Killing shit on purpose. Summer with me, she perfect. Broke bitches, we curving. Now these niggas worship me like A. James the boss. Spitting heat the 3rd degree, your skin to peel off. On me.
Alright, we back, y'all. Who is who in the view? We got your boy Ace James back in the building. And everything is everything. We're gonna pick up right where we left off. And when I last interviewed you, we kind of left off when you finally made it to Montana block, Gary, Indiana, live and direct. Yeah. So you was kind of picking up on, basically your granny ran this strip. It's like not no big homie block. It's like,
I ain't gonna say read it, but I say she kind of influenced the idea.
So in today's world, would you consider granny a big homie?
First, definitely. You remember on Get Rich or Die Trying with what was the dude when he first brought the rock to the block and everybody was sitting there like, damn, what was that? I think that's what I consider like. She was the first person to bring it to the streets, the idea. Yeah, it did. People came in and took it to the next level, but that's where it started from. But before we get to the Montana thing when we was leading up for last one, we was talking about how the Montana thing, everything was pretty much cool for me before the Montana situation came about. That's what the influence of
Montana changed.
Yeah, it changed me. That's what the change.
See, that's why I started the question out with it being, because it sounded like Montana was already shaking before you got there. So was it a block where it felt like, okay, this is a new area for me. This is not my neighborhood, but I gotta be over here.
It wasn't even like.
Or did you walk right into the bullshit?
It was like it grew. It just grew as I grew. You see what I'm saying? Like, I guess because I don't know. For my knowledge, when I get that, when you ask my siblings when they come over, for my knowledge, when I first got there, my grandma had just moved there. It was new. She was new to the whole.
She was the new neighbor.
As soon as when I came there, when I'm getting everything, I'm a shorty with everything, so I'm coming through. It was fresh. So as I grew, the bullshit and the drama grew as well. So it was like I was right. I came right in the process of the shit that I did, the change.
Was your other siblings over there too, or was it just you, your cousins?
Yeah, they was over there. For my sister, she's what.
My sister's older or younger?
She's older than me. She's 10 years older than me. So she was over, but she still had her ways to maneuver. With her. So if I was 6, she was like 16, but she still, by the time I was there, she had ways to maneuver. She didn't have to sit over there, but she definitely came through. Yeah.
So when they pick up from there, basically what I'm getting at is I'm trying to figure out what part changed you. What turned this young man into the man he is today from this block? Do you think it'd have been different if you would have stayed where you was at and never went to Montana? You'd be a different person?
Yeah. It would have been totally different because Montana, I don't know what it was, just that area was just different. It was just like, it was different from Glen Park. The neighborhood was just totally different. I ain't gonna say, I guess, to me it felt like the Glen Park area was more of a working class and shit. You feel what I'm saying? It was like Endo was getting it. So it was like when we moved over there, it was just like that's when I remember when I first moved over there, I went over there for probably about 3 weeks. And I went to the fucking candy store. I went to the candy store and I was probably about 7. And two dudes walked up to me and was like, oh, so you Big Show little brother? I'm like, yeah, I ain't think nothing of it.
Big Show is your brother?
Yeah, it's my brother. That was my brother's street name at the time. So I was like, yeah. So I finished, get my stuff and everything. And then the dudes come outside with everything. They was like, hey, the one dude, I went with this other guy. They was like, oh, dudes come. You don't have when niggas be on bullshit, So I'm already peeped the game, everything. But I'm a shorty, so I'm just thinking, I can just feel it. All right, I'm like this. So whatever, such and such. The niggas jump us and everything. But this is the first time, not ever. So you're like, this is the first time any like experience of anything I ever been into a fight.
This your introduction.
This is my introduction to the street.
This shit real.
You feel me? And this is like. It wasn't nigga wasn't my age, nigga wasn't a grade before me, none. These niggas was like, if I'm like 7, these niggas like 12 or 13 at the time. So yeah, they getting us together. They got us, man, our little dudes together.
Eat y'all food.
Man, they tell my boy, but that was that. I remember that feeling though. I remember that feeling just like that. Now that was that day. I went back to that block and I saw it and I was like, that'll never be me again. And that moment changed me. That moment right there. So I was like, I never
defend myself.
I never be the victim. I never be the victim ever again in my life. So shout out to Charles and Roro for that.
Okay. So how much time did you have to spend on Montana before you made the transition from Gary, Indiana to Indianapolis?
I spent my whole time there. It was like I didn't want to come here. Like the transition before that, I was really getting it. I wanted to get it because that's when I was about ready. Because it's like the whole time, like we left when I was about like 14, 15. And my whole time I seen what was going on. I seen my cousins and niggas that was on the neighborhood and I seen what they was doing. And it was my time coming. So I was like, nah, it's my time to get out here on these streets and everything. And that's when it was like the whole time. It was like, growing up and they say you ready to prove yourself.
But see, in the black community, not to cut you off, but you don't think that that's like, what better way I can say it? Like, that's not normal for a child. Like, you say it like this is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's normal.
Yeah.
Like, little boy, he gonna move from his home to another home. You gonna grow a few ages. Streets is coming.
Yeah.
Ain't no running from it. Is no avoiding it. That's the norm in Gary, Indiana. There's no getting around it.
And the thing about it was I was ready for it. It was like, and I wanted to do it. That's the sick part about it. It's like I'm getting older now. It was like I was ready. And I was like, it was like at the time, I know if somebody in my neighborhood had gave me a gun and told me to do something. Yeah. And that's the dangerous part of it. Because I didn't want no money from nobody. I didn't want nothing from you. I didn't want nothing. I just wanted to, when you see me, when I come around, niggas just be like, yeah, don't focus on it. That's it. And it's just now, that's what tricks me out now. It's like, damn. Because I mean, when I first moved here, I don't want to get off subject, but when I first moved here, like for the first couple of days and everything, I got my mom. I was like, Mom, man, like, ain't nobody died. Like, what's going on? Ain't nobody got killed yet. It was like 3 days, and she looked at me like, what's wrong with you? But it's just the environment.
Evolved back to like how I asked you before about the PTSD.
It's definitely PTSD. The PTSD came from the trauma came from that moment when I got jumped at not the gas station, that candy store. That's the first time because it was a traumatic experience.
Okay, and that was traumatic as. You say that age, you was around 6, right?
Yeah, like 6, 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's fast forward to 16. Let's jump 10.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump 10. What was the most traumatic thing you seen at 16? What was the next traumatic thing you seen in Gary that made you realize, as you growing up, basically, I gotta really survive through this shit. Like, I gotta finish school. I gotta get a job. Did you see yourself from 6? Was you able to, I mean, I know like with a child, usually, like say if somebody came up to you as a 6-year-old and I asked you, what you want to be when you grow up? And you already seeing these options, like you saying, you staying on Montana.
Yeah.
It's like, it sounds like you wasn't seeing nothing outside of this hood shit to really look up to.
Hell no, it wasn't nothing.
So basically what I'm saying is like, it was no positive role model, something that you look toward, like an option. Like, I can do that, or I can deal with this shit.
No.
Or was it just, I got to deal with this shit, and whatever comes out of it is what it is?
No, it was no idea. I can't even sit here and act like it was a plan. No, the only idea I had was when I moved here, that I had no plan. I sat here and I see, like I said before, I see him work with my brother. And I fit, just happy to try to fit in that mold and shit. It helped me to an extent. No, that's why I said before that last one, like it was no hope. It was no hope because of the environment. You had to. You had to. You have to. It's no option. When you going, like you say, you're going to be the food. It's different.
All right, so when you got to Indianapolis, okay, we'll go to your first child. What was the transition of, okay, I'm here, I don't really know what I'm here to do. Basically, I'm going with the flow of life.
Yeah.
All right, now you come into your first child and your first child mother before the child was there. How was that phase? Was you
I was going through
working by then? Was you in the streets?
I was just going through depression because I didn't know who I was at that time. Because that whole time I was, I was trying to please everybody else, trying to get, even through the whole basketball shit, that wasn't truly me. I was just trying to be accepted through my parents' peers, be liked by the girls at school, the teachers, be like, oh, he's cool. Just wanted to be looking at people like LeBron James on there, seeing how he's being loved, and I want to be that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not being true to myself. And then when that, being locked up in that system of sports and shit, not being able to express myself how I want to be express myself, it caused depression later on in life without having the support, from the people that I needed to have support from. It caused depression because then later on, when you need you need that, you need some type of foundation to go back to. And by me leaving my home town, I guess, I ain't had no foundation really to go back to. So it caused a great deal of depression, like definitely from like 19 to about 22.
Did you have a relationship with your father?
I had a relationship early in my life. We had a good relationship. But things happened like around this time that he had to go away and do some time at this time.
How old was you when he had to go do time?
He had to do time. It was crazy because that's another thing that caused some depression too, because I was supposed to move with him my freshman year in college and he had got locked up over some shit. He had to do some like 2 years and a year old fucking halfway house and like a year old or some shit. Okay.
So he wasn't the type of person you look up to, like the average child, like I want to be like my dad.
My dad.
What made you skip looking at him as a role model? See, it's almost kind of like a savvy question.
Yeah, I feel what I'm saying. Like
I asked you beginning,
yeah.
And I asked you,
yeah,
you ain't had nothing else to look at. Basically, like I can follow that, no option. So then when I get right here and I ask you about your pops, saying basically, so you looked at whatever your pops was doing, whatever it was. I don't know, maybe he worked in the mill, maybe he's a hustler.
Yeah, I
it sounded like that wasn't an option either.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. My dad really, he's really like a street dude. And like I know my dad, like he told me like really about everything. And I see the Davis that he battled. I know my dad true story and shit that he's done, he's been through it. I just be real. It's just like I could look at like a family even though I love him, I just don't want to be like my dad, Yeah.
All right, now that fast forward back to, like I said, when you had your first child, how did your body feel the first day? How did it go when your baby mom said, I'm pregnant? How did that go? What was that day like before you heard that news? How was your day going?
So I had a reason to live it.
I'm saying, what was you exactly doing when, or whatever y'all was doing, or wherever you was at when you got that call or that had that conversation when she had to break that news to you? Like today, hey, I'm pregnant. Like, was you somewhere?
I think I was at
like basketball. Was you somewhere chilling, smoking?
I was. I believe.
Take me back to that day.
I'm 99% sure I was at school at the time. Yes, I think I was at school at the time. This is when my brother was going through the process of, possibly going to the NFL at the time. So, yeah, at that time, everything, we was the family and everything. We was in a good spirit at that time. So everything was all good at that time. So yeah, I was excited because I feel like I had a purpose to live and everything, and because at that time I was just searching for something. Like I was just trying to do anything. Like I was making music, but I didn't believe in my abilities. And I still was bullshitting around.
So she hit you, hey, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Man, what's your response?
Shit, I was happy. Shit.
Cause I know she probably was nervous as shit. Was this her first child?
Yeah, she was excited too. She was excited. We was both excited.
How did you feel financially? Was you financially ready for this situation, or did you feel like I gotta hit these streets? I gotta go hard now. I gotta.
It was just
what was your idea mentally as far as finances? What you was planning to do? You just said Joe Pops was locked up, so
yeah. At this time he was home though. At this time he was just ain't got home. By the time that he was just getting home, but it was just we was in a position with. But before that though, let me get to this because we want to get to this. But before that, okay, let me get to it. I graduate high school, and I go to South Suburban Community College. I go to South Suburban Community College. This is the time. I goes there as a freshman. I started as a freshman, going to do my thing and everything. But shit happened, like we lose in some shit. We lose, boom, fucked up the season, everything. I go hard. I done been through shit my whole basketball career, man. Like, it's just always some shit that come up. And so this last time I kind of had, I still had this music shit. Like, okay, you can go to this music shit or you can steady keep playing with this basketball shit. So what you gonna do? So I'm steady, like, I really believe in my music. I really believe in it. I believe in this, but it's just like, everybody, like, do this basketball stuff. You do this, you done make this far, do this. You can do both. Do the basketball, and I'm like, this. So I say, fuck it. Going through things, to be honest, I was going through things with a relationship at the time with a female. I came back to the crib, and some things had happened, which was some money situation. And I just didn't even go back to school, like, immediately my second year. I came, so I sat at the crib for probably like 6 months. I just sat at the crib, just like, really I didn't know what I wanted to do. Was
you homesick, or you just was sick of school?
Man, I was sick and tired of just work. I was tired of fucking playing basketball, being at that school from 7 to 7, playing basketball, studying, and then coming home eating fucking bologna sandwiches for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Like, that shit's it just wasn't worth it. And then I was like, I'm going to school in Chicago, right? And this is the time, you gotta think about it. I used to sit all the time and listen to J. Cole say, I can't recite the bar, remember, but this nigga, I used to go right back to the hood and see them niggas, my niggas in the hood at the time, they worship me. You feel me? They're like, you in school, you doing it.
They cheering
doing it. But I see them go to the store and they pulling out meat rolls. They eating though. They like, man, I'm gonna come, you doing it, keep doing it, you do. I wanna be like you. But they don't even know, bro. I'm eating like
that shit killing you.
That shit, yeah.
Break it down.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like, but how can you look that? Because they like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it just like fucked me up there, and I'm like, man, I'm not eating. Like, it's just like to the point. So that's like fucked me up. So I came to the crib. I didn't know what to do. I came back to Indianapolis right there, and I sat around for about 6 months here. Then I moved back to Gary. By the time I'm like 20, 21 at this time. It was a little like this, whatever, 20, I was turning 21. I moved back with my dad. And by the time, we stand in the basement at my Uncle Kenny crib. Like, the conditions and everything, it was like, that was probably the most, that's what people don't know. Like, that's why I'm so resilient to this day, like, about certain shit and how I did. Because at that time, that was some, like, tough times me and my Pops go through. And that's why I be like, it's like no disrespect to him, like, when I be saying, like, I want to be like him, but I just know some of the mistakes that he made in life. And, like, yeah, and I just know I don't want to follow in certain footsteps. But me and him, we really was, like, fucked up at that time. Like, we ain't really had shit. And I'm talking about the basement was, like, damn near, like, abandoned. Like, it was, like, real, like, it had, like, the room was cool, like, we get there, but, like, everything else was pretty much abandoned. Like, we ain't had no motherfucker. Like,
you and him in that?
It was just me and him. We was thugging. Like, it was at the time, like, he really shit. He was the first person, like, notice he was the first person to buy me my ounce of weed. He showed me, like, You feel me? Don't smoke. He put me on that. He showed me how to do stuff like that. That's certain things like that. He showed me how just simply to build.
Y'all had more time to
You feel me? Just like that because he was like that. You feel me? And to the point that he was like, you just like he showed me like you gotta. Sometimes you have to start from right here. Like right here. Look, I just got out. I'm gonna get from this shit right here with you. Like this all I got. But I'm gonna sit where we gonna get through this shit together. To the point we was shitting in buckets. Real shit, shitting in buckets and shit. I used to help him, get his tools in. Like, we was coming, like, from the bottom at that time. That's what, like, and when I came back up, I was like, that's why, like, ever since then, though, like, from that, after that, I came back to the crib like this. Like, I went through 6 months. We just building and been going through that. I came back to the crib and everything. I was ready. I was hungry. I started getting back on it. Boom, boom, doing my basketball shit again. I go back to school the following year. Same shit. It's a support system. Boom. Support system ain't there. Boom. Like just a minute. So I'm like, fuck this shit then. That's when I go back. That's when I have my kid. That's when we go back to where you say, that's when my kid come. And then we going through the things now, and I'm going through things at school. You know, my brother telling me, he called me at the time, he's telling me everything. I'm going at school at this time, my brother, he's going through playing college football in West Kentucky. We was going up there, and he was doing pretty good. So we just all the time just had a conversation. And one day I was going through some shit and I called him and he just was like, bro, man, we ain't just got to go through this shit no more, man. He was like, bro, just come home. And that
all you needed was to hear somebody you love tell you, bro, it's okay.
He said,
come on home, bro.
He said, bro, I just got that call, just come home, bro. And he said, just come on home. He said, don't even worry about it. And that's from home. He came and got me that, like I ain't even finished the semester.
Okay.
That's what.
Child number 2 comes.
Child number 2 comes.
That's the same mom or? Okay.
Same mom, but it was like, whoa. It fucked up. It really fucked up.
How did this call come? What was you doing?
I was at the house. And she had went to just a regular doctor checkup and everything. And she called me and she was just crying. I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, I'm pregnant again. I was like, what? We had just like.
They say feel like the first call.
Yeah, it was like, what? Because we just had got pregnant about like abortion probably about like 6 months ago.
So she probably already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she was like, we was already like trying to dodge it and everything like this because she knew like everything. It was, we was cautious and everything. It was just like, damn. But it really like, I think that it fucked up the relationship though, because it was just the fact that it was just like,
it was like financial
frustrations. It was just too, and it was like, I don't even think, the thing about it was though, we made a lot of money. We just was too young. We didn't understand how to put it in the right places. It was just, we had to go through that to be better.
I mean, y'all both new parents.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we just fucked up a lot of money. A lot of shit, but through that. But my first son, it really was a rocky thing because I really couldn't, I ain't gonna say like this. I was working at the time, but I just couldn't, I knew I didn't want to be that dad. I didn't want to be the go. I didn't want to be the 9 to 5 dad.
That's why I'm following the timeline of your mental.
And it was like, it was cool. I had a decent job. People would say that, people would say making probably
now you 40, back home, 50. You done went to school, you done tried this. So now you back home, you just a working man.
Yeah. Well, my brother, we went through, between that, my brother did, he went through the draft and everything and with that and, some shit. I ain't gonna say some shit happened. I'll let you say that. His part of the story when it comes with his part thing that, but then, I ended up back getting his job. I ended up getting a decent job. I made my first good job. I was making about $50,000 a year. Just coming. That's I didn't have no fucking dependents at the time. I didn't have no bills or nothing at the time. Going straight out the gate. That was a decent, but it was just like, this ain't what I wanted to do. It's just like I done played all this basketball, I done recorded all this music, and you're somewhere in a warehouse working. Putting in all this overtime. This is what you gonna end up doing. And it was just to the point that it was one day I was sitting at work in about 2015 or 16, I was sitting at work overtime, getting paid nice. And I was sitting there working. Everybody, it was a Saturday, and everybody was gone, but it was just my Saturday work, and I was just knowing the money was good. It was just felt, and it just didn't feel right.
That body just said, I'm out of this.
Yeah, the money was good. I could do what I want. I could take off whenever, but it just didn't feel. It just didn't, it didn't feel right. And then it was just like I left. I just left. I don't know. I just left because I just knew I didn't want to be there. And everybody, I didn't know how to deal with it because I just knew I wanted to make music. I didn't know how to just, with this ease off this and take it. I just shut down completely. I'm focused on
this time. You never stopped doing your music.
No, because you see what I'm saying? I always had this mindset like I could do both. Recently, I just found out I can't do both. If I'm going to do this music shit, I got to be 10 toes in. I can't be 50-50. I can't wake up one day and I want to do this on this. When I'm doing this music, I want to do this music shit until I get established, able enough. I can't just be sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I can't be I can't be a 9-to-5er and then try to rap at night. I can't do that because it's a motherfucker that's rapping all day. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? He rapping all day. So you think I'm about to rap, work a job, and then come in and think I'm this cold enough and think I'm going to promote and do everything before? Come on, it's not going to fucking happen. But that's what, the whole time I'm just 50-50.
Boom. Okay, boom. You and your baby mom go through y'all thing, 2 child under your belt. You're no longer with her. Y'all go through that. Fast forward after that. Boom. Child number 3.
Man, child number 3. A lot of shit happened between child number 3. Like, child number 3 is like, he different. He different, and like, I ain't gonna say different like that. He just like, I love all my kids.
But before you get to him, what was your mental mind state when you heard I'm pregnant by the mother of child number 3?
It was exciting because I knew me and her could give that little boy or with any boy kids anything that we want.
Whatever was on come, girl or boy, you just knew.
And just to be with somebody that we like how Lil noticed it, like I looked at, like we looked both eyes, it's just unconditional. Like it just told, like Will Jace, like it's nothing that she can do. Nothing that she can do. And just like motherfuckers, immature motherfucker be like, no, they do say some crazy shit there, but it's just like, but it's a respect factor. You feel what I'm saying? She know the lines and I know the lines. There's nothing that she could do that she would step out of the lines. I know that. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know that, like I say, and I know that, that's why the foundation for him is just like that. But if you look at all my kids, though, one thing that's crazy, look at all my kids is all me. When I had them, their personality is me at that time.
And each one is basically, you can see something from in you individually in each individual child.
Like my middle son, he's really shut off. He's real shut off, standoffish. So that's how it was at that time. Like I didn't talk because I was going through shit. And I didn't know how to voice it. And he's like that. My daughter, she's very, like, she believes in herself. She's very confident. She's just like, she's introduced, she talked to people because I was playing sports at that time. You know, that's why I was confident in my sports. And she's constantly talking to people. She's like that. My son, he just.
So what you see in number 3?
He's just like, he's wise. He watches everything like how I do now. I pay attention. He pay attention to everything. Yeah, he 1 years old. He can do damn near anything that he see you do. He can do that because he pay attention to everything. He can't talk or walk.
So what's your mental as far as, okay, boom, now I got 3 kids. I'm rapping full time. This shit gotta work. Or is it or is it a just plain, this shit gotta work?
It ain't to the point now. It's gotta work. Our past gotta. It's technique to be documented and recorded. It's going to work. I know the formula. I took time off, man. I stopped bullshit. I stopped playing with this shit. I took time off and I studied this game, man, and it's not that fucking hard. You just gotta be true to yourself.
And with it being in a different time now, with it being streaming service now, before it was, hey, you gotta burn this many CDs, you gotta get it printed up, you gotta get out. So
it's easier. You just gotta give these people what they want to see. That's it. They don't want. You ain't who. You ain't go. I fucking with Ross. I fucks with Ross, but I didn't stream Port of Miami all the way through. But niggas ain't that ill. You niggas not doing that no more.
Alright, I'm gonna jump all the way left. I'm gonna ask you another question since we on music and you just threw Ross' name out there. Since we're gonna do a serious, I'm gonna play with that for a second. We'll get off the serious side.
Yeah, talk to me.
Alright. Not looking at catalog. Not looking at time period. Today, who's the better rapper, Jay-Z or Drake?
I hit the blood. It don't take that time. It didn't take that so long to answer. But I would say,
I just want to throw two odd people who did two different.
Everybody in the world that knows me know the answer to this question. What I'm going to say is Hov, by a long shot, because it's just like his patterns, man. Like, really gotta understand, like, Hov get praised more than his patterns than the shit he say. You see what I'm saying?
And you ain't even got to go into detail. You want to know why I like that answer because it was kind of a trick question. I said, who the better rapper?
Yeah.
And you went right to patterns.
Yeah.
You went, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you didn't fall for it. I thought you were going to fall for it. So now I'm going to ask you, who's the better songwriter?
Come on, man. What? Because
battle rappers can
who's the better
clean a nigga plate all day long.
Who's the better songwriter between those two? Or you talking
as
about
far as making a song, like creating
between Hov and Drake, between Jay-Z and Drake, or between Drake by a long shot because Drake. Look at Drake, he's running them charts. What can he do? It's one. He hit you with one dance, fucking Hotline Bling.
But that's what I said at the beginning. I said not catalog though.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying today. Like they go right in today. He go in this room. He go in this room. Bring your song out. Who you think coming out better?
Right now, I'm gonna say
today.
I'm gonna say Hov because Hov is on some shit that he's talking about right now. And I know he's gonna say, and everybody in the world, and the Drink Champs and the Joe Budden is gonna eat that shit up like that nigga just recited the Holy Bible. Cause he on this pattern, he gonna be talking that shit. He get the rapping now. That big boss talk, yeah.
What artists you listening to today?
Man,
just name three though.
Three right now.
Yeah, that make it tough.
Three right now. I gotta give it to number one. The number one artist that I think won 2019. I got to give it to Young Thug, man. That nigga So Much Fun album, bro, was really fucking. It was a nice experience, man. Young Thug, Gates, and I got to give it up to the young boy. I like his sound, Pop Smoke, man. I like Pop Smoke sound. I like the whole not Pop Smoke.
Young Thug, Kevin Gates, and Pop Smoke.
It's plenty more though. It's plenty more.
No, I just need three.
Yeah, it's plenty more. Them people I want to Gates. I feel like Gates is like, if you want to say like the best performance on track right now, I give it to Gates. He's the best performance rapper right now, so I gotta give it to him. Young Thug had the best album, and I really like the movement that the New York niggas got going right now.
That was a strange three. That was, I mean, now you're gonna say strange, but that was, that was random as hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm listening to though. That's why I like them niggas. Them niggas, I feel like it's some other though. It's some other though. All
right, now we gonna get to the new look. So with the wigs.
The wigs. It's crazy. People, first of all, I did not get the wigs from Kodak Black. I got the wigs. The first time I thought they inspired the wigs, I got the wigs from John Michelle Basquiat. If look for them. They was the first person that I seen it, but I didn't know how to do it. Then I seen the style, the how they was doing it down there. I said, oh, that's dope how they doing it like that. You know, they got it shaved up certain ways like that. Even though if you see how Basquiat had it, he had his shit in different forms. You know, a few people had wigs before. What's the name? Mars had them.
But you from Indiana.
Yeah. But
I go around with wigs.
I know, and I just wanted to do. I wanted to. You feel me? I wanted to stand out. I wanted to do something different. And that's always been about me for my image. I always stray away. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to do nothing that anybody else was doing. Like I don't listen to other niggas' music. Like not to just to be like on some like full of myself shit. I don't just want to take no ideas of how that. I don't watch your Instagram like this. None of that. I don't do shit like that. I try to make my shit unique. Think about my, and I feel like the Wicks though, it got a lot of history in it too, so it was just something I was trying to just channel it too. Yeah.
What artists you looking forward to working with, man? And basically on your new project you got coming out, is it just you?
Yeah,
all the features on there?
All this feature. Yeah, I got what?
Is it an EP? Is it
this
a mixtape?
The Honorable Ace is an album. The songs is mastered, beats, and everything. These shit is not no motherfucking mixtape. I ain't going, I'm not that. This is an album.
That's the name of it, Honorable Ace?
Honorable Ace. I have some shit lined up ready to come right after. So don't be sitting like I'm not about to be some shit coming right. We not stopping.
My bad. You fucked up.
But I'm working with artists. Honestly, I ain't really in no rush to really work with artists, but I'm willing to. I ain't really like playing like, it's like really like that because you just
kind of doing your own
really
shit.
try to build my old following right now.
All right, another thing, as far as travels, like how they got South by Southwest, you plan on hitting any upcoming? How you finna move around? You know what I'm saying? What you planning on doing, making yourself stick out this year that you did different from last year?
Is we put our old dough up. No more paid shows. No more going to these little small shit. We step out and we go to big league. We going pro. That's been a game plan since last August. We started by going through A3C. We had a nice we finished the fourth quarter strong. We gonna take that same game plan that we took for the fourth quarter. We gonna ride through the 20 with it. You feel me? Everything going solid. We got Southwest coming up. I got a show with Rio's Juke Joint, Juke Jam, and Fusion Lounge, February 7th. That I'm gonna do. Shit, I'm in the works of doing conversation with the Hoosier Dome. I'm trying to get that. We gonna get that. That's when I'm gonna do my own concert for the Honorable Ace thing on February 28th. That's we planning on. We better get ready to lock in that date for a few days. Yeah, so yeah, we pretty much doing it. We putting our own dough up. You feel me? We following the blueprint of what niggas did before us. We ain't looking nobody to say, but we got pretty much everything else.
I see you've been shooting a lot of new music videos. Who been doing your videos?
Louis been doing my videos.
Who's Louis?
Louis, that's my videographer. But, you feel me? Business. But it's my sister also. But
Your real life sister shooting your video?
yeah. Why would that?
What's that on your? I was looking at your text because.
Yeah, just some shit. Yeah, that's her right there.
Let me see.
Yeah, see. Yeah, shit.
What's your relationship with your sister? I see saying like,
Yeah, my sister, she.
I asked you about your brother, I asked you about your pops, I asked you about your moms.
I don't know if I got on. Let's talk about it, but I'll get it again if I tell you my sister. That's my dog, man. That's my dog. Although our relationship, it's kind of weird because she kind of like my mom in the same sense, but at the same time she kind of like my big brother too.
It's lit. Bitch, I'm out my body. Bad hoes in the lobby. Few killers right beside me. Racks all in my jeans. Texting all you stings. Going hard for the team. Sawed off with the beam. Bitch, I see you lurking. Killing shit on purpose. Summer with me, she perfect. Broke bitches, we curving. Now these niggas worship me like A. James the boss.